Today we are talking about finding your purpose. That is a big topic, right? What's my purpose in life? What is the purpose of life in general? How can I create a sense of purpose in my life? What is the meaning? How can I find meaning? Really important. We all want to feel like our lives are purposeful and meaningful. We want to feel like we're here for a reason. I'm going to share with you 3 things that I have found really useful on my path. I hope you take these and they resonate at some level with you and they're helpful. So the first 2 things I shared in my book, Unleash Your Life. It was a core foundation around that book. So I'll share those with you. I'll put a link to the book if you're interested. And then I'm going to share a 3rd thing. Now, the first thing is this. Interestingly, when you observe life and you observe yourself and other people, everybody achieves 2 particular things in their lifetime. Doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter what country, what culture, doesn't matter if you try to do these things or not try to do things, doesn't even matter if you're aware of it or not. Everybody achieves 2 things in life. I think that kind of means there's a bit of purpose to that. If everybody's experiencing it, then maybe it is part of a component of our purpose for being here or of the life journey generally, okay? So those things are 1, learning and growth, and 2, contribution. You can't get away in life without those 2 things. It's going to happen. You are going to learn and grow on your journey, and you are going to make a contribution while you're here. They are core parts of everybody's life. You grow up and you learn as you go through the seasons of your life. You have challenges and adversity, and those things make you learn and grow. You come out the other side with a little bit more wisdom, a little bit more insight about yourself and about life. And you contribute. And I'm not saying you contribute because you have some great purpose and you go out there and you are serving the community and other people and you're making a contribution in a very formal way. But I mean, you've got a personality. You've got a spark about you. You interact with people. You smile at people. You're in relationship with people. You do stuff day to day. Whether you're doing it to be of contribution or not, you make a contribution by the fact you are alive, you are breathing, and you are here. So that's the first thing about finding your purpose that I wanted to share with you. Every single person is doing these 2 things. Learning and growing and making some kind of contribution just because of who they are, right? When you realize that that's happening for everyone, it looks like purpose, right? It looks like purpose for life. The second thing I want to share with you is that there are certain feelings and experiences and what I call energies that come through you that are very unique to you. I consider that to be part of our purpose. So those 3 things are what I call the way that your soul speaks to you. Passion, inspiration, and intuition. Now, I've made a whole video series on this, your soul language, listening to what your soul is saying to you and doing something with it. So I'm just going to put a link to that if you want to find out more about it. But in essence, you don't create your own passion. Passion just comes through you. You don't choose what you're passionate about. You just are passionate about it. When you have a bolt of lightning, bright idea and inspiration come to you, you didn't create it in your own little mind and force it out of yourself. It's like it gets gifted to you, these inspirations that come in. And when you have this intuition, this nudge and these hunches coming through you, you don't create that yourself. That comes from somewhere else. Passion, inspiration, and intuition are these amazing things that come through you. Now, what I've come to learn on my own journey and what I see for other people and what I wrote about in Unleash Your Life is that it's part of our purpose to listen to the way that our soul speaks to us. Passion, inspiration, and intuition, and not just listen, but act on it. Do something about it. Doesn't matter if it's a big thing or if it's a small thing. Act on your passions, act on your inspirations, act on your intuition. So if you want to have more purpose in your life, you want to know what your purpose is, part of it could be acting on your passions, inspirations, and intuition and bringing those into life, into reality by how you're choosing to be and what you're choosing to do. Now, the 3rd and final thing that I wanted to share with you about finding your purpose is this. There's a lot of pressure in society to find your purpose. Like, you've got to know what your purpose is. It's got to be some outward thing that you do in the world. Preferably for a lot of people, it's got to be their job and they've got to get paid for it. And if you don't know what your purpose is, then somehow you're failing and somehow you're not on the right track and you're not quite there yet. Well, I just want to say to you that it's not true. It feels that way because there's a lot of societal pressure. But you don't have to listen to any of that. And I would just say to you, you know what? You can create your own purpose. rather than trying to find it, which in itself puts a lot of pressure on you. Like when I have to find something, it means it's out there in the world somewhere and I'm not there yet and I haven't connected with it, and it's like it's lost and it's some mystery and I've got to go and search for it. It's a lot of pressure for a person. It's a lot of pressure. So rather than saying I have to find my purpose, I want you to think about it differently. Just have a bit of a perspective shift your paradigm right now and say, what if I could just choose to ditch this whole finding my purpose business and I could create a purpose for myself? Now, if you chose to create a purpose for yourself, wouldn't it make just common sense that you would create a purpose which made you feel good, right? So then you would say, what feels good to me? What do I like to do that gives me a sense of meaning and feels important and kind of lights me up? It doesn't have to be some big, grand, formal thing. It can just be things like, I love to make people smile. I like to make people laugh. I like to do things that are enjoyable for myself. I like to be creative. I like to bring people together. I like to learn new skills, whatever it is. And then allow yourself permission to have created your own purpose, small like that, big, whatever it is, and hone in on that and make that your purpose. And here's another idea for you. What about the idea that you don't have one purpose for your whole life? But what about you say, I've got a purpose, I'm creating my own purpose for this month, and my purpose for this month is this. Or what about you have a yearly purpose, or a purpose for a decade of your life, or you pick a purpose for whatever period of time, for as long as it feels good, and when it doesn't feel good anymore, you change your purpose, you create a new one. Like, it's your life, you actually get to do that. You get to be creative, you get to design it, you get to make your purpose something that is workable for you, that makes you feel good, rather than having this, I've got to find my purpose, and it being a really, really difficult thing. I saw a video once by Elizabeth Gilbert, and it was this amazing talk she gave on this whole thing about finding your purpose. And in essence, it was about giving yourself permission to play with life and to do lots of different things and to follow your nose and follow your passions and not have to think that it's this one locked and loaded thing that you're going to do from now for the rest of your life, and you've got to get it right, and if you get it wrong it's going to be awful and if you haven't found it out then there's something wrong with you. A lot of pressure, and it doesn't need to be like that. So I hope these things have been helpful. Remember, everybody here in life walking this journey is learning and growing and contributing by the very nature of them being here. That in itself is purposeful for you, learning and growing and being a contribution through your own unique personality. 2, passion, inspiration and intuition are energies, feelings and sparks that come through you. You don't generate them, they're very special. They can be part of your purpose. Why? Because you bring them to life, you do something with them, and that is very purposeful and it's very important. And 3, you can create your own purpose. Purpose for a day, purpose for a month, purpose for a year, for a decade of your life. Change your purpose when you feel like it. Choose a purpose that feels good to you. If this has been useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're here on my social media with me. Come on over and visit me at pinchmeliving.com, where we've got lots going on, events, other resources, tools and articles to help you. And I am looking forward to seeing you again soon for more daily inspiration with Bea.